Alright, greetings gamers, Joe Everygamer here with another rendition of Old School Corner with me, Joe Everygamer. Funny story, I actually recorded this yesterday, and I beat the game, spent about 2 hours doing it, and when I went back to put the video up on my YouTube page, there was no audio. There was no audio from the game, no audio from me. I thought it had saved my audio features, it didn't, and it just turned them off. So I'm doing it again today because I love this game. Make sure it looks, yeah. See, I love Batman so much. Sorry, my computer's over here, I was just checking the feed. I love Batman, my favorite superhero, my favorite really everything. And I love a lot of the Batman games, and I beat this game for the first time earlier this year, and I did beat it yesterday. I promise I did. And I'm going to try again today to defeat it for everybody. And I'm going to go ahead and say, and I'll promise I'll shut up and just play the game after this, this is not a live stream. I've discovered that all my live streams, minus maybe two, the feed, the video feed is just real glitchy and clunky, and the audio is really echoey and stuff, and it's probably just because I don't have the proper equipment to do live streams. You really have to have a great computer, and I have a great laptop I do this with, but, you know, it's just a regular laptop. I upgraded my camera, obviously. It's a better camera, and I'm using a microphone so the audio is actually clear and doesn't echo, but Old School Corner from now on is just going to be this way. You know, maybe one day if this gets successful for some reason, I'll do it differently and actually do live streams again if I can get better equipment, but for now, I'm just going to record this stuff and put them up for anyone who wants to watch them. You know, I love playing old games, but I'll also do live streams on Twitch again. I promise I will start doing that, especially with some newer games that are coming up, and those will be my live streams because those turn out really well. But Old School Corner will just be basically taped in advance. So anyway, enough talking. I'm Joe Everygamer. That's a game in front of me, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of it. So here we go. With my purple Batman. Alright. This is actually my favorite part of the game, is ducking down and punching your opponents in the crotch. Okay, I thought he was done. Fucking flamer. Wait. That means something else. I have nothing against those people. But this is really just a great game. One of my favorite NES games, and I didn't play this growing up, and if I did, I don't remember it. I know I didn't own it. I loved Batman as a kid. I remember I owned Batman Returns on Sega Genesis, which I bought it again, and I'll play it again someday, but it's really... I don't know if I'd consider it, it's not a bad game, it's just, it's really, really hard. It reminds me of Jurassic Park on Genesis. Like, it's a good game, but it is just so damn difficult. But that's the one that I owned, and I remember renting Batman Returns on Super Nintendo all the time, and I had that one too. That is just a really fun beat-em-up. So. I hear someone coming down the stairs, getting laundry. Probably wondering why I'm talking to myself. But, I'm still confused why they just have Batman purple. I'm guessing he was supposed to be blue because my life bar seems to be blue, but I have nothing against purple, so... But this is just a great game. It's got the, you know, the climbing abilities like Ninja Gaiden, which really isn't that hard. You know, the punching and everything is very responsive. Your weapons, which I still don't understand this, how you choose your weapons with start and then you pause with select. I still don't really understand that decision, but whatever. But honestly, you won't be using your weapons that much. I mean, like, I just use mine because it's easier with these guys. I hate these guys so much. You just kind of got to know they're coming. I'm really happy I played yesterday because now I remember the whole game. So this may take me even less time. I mean, Joker, no matter what, is going to be a bitch. That took me probably a good half hour to finally beat him. It was very frustrating, and I was very happy when I did finally beat him, and then I couldn't use the video. That happens. But anyway, I'm trying to think of... I actually just got another game for Sega that's Batman. The Adventures of Batman and Robin. He is so freaking easy. The Adventures of Batman and Robin. And I, of course, want the Super Nintendo version. That's, like, the great version. But it's like a $100 game now. I'm probably never going to get it. Unless it shows up, like, on the Wii U store. If I ever buy a Wii U. I owned half a one, but I sold it to my roommate. He was nice enough to buy the whole thing, because I needed the money. So, and I didn't use it anyway. He plays it, you know, so... $150 in my pocket. And I know I always talk about this, but the music in this game is awesome. So damn good. I haven't played Return of the Joker. I know that's like the next one on NES, and there's a lot of Batman games. I have played Batman Forever on Super Nintendo. I remember I rented that as a kid. It was such a piece of crap. But there's no doubt that the best Batman games are the newer ones, the Arkham trilogy. Arkham Asylum is a phenomenal game. Arkham City is definitely the best one. Are you serious? But Arkham Knight is still good. It's not a bad game at all. It was just kind of disappointing in a lot of aspects. Arkham Origins I hated when it first came out. I loathed it. I know it was a different company, but I thought it was just an embarrassment, and I didn't count it. But I rebought it, and... Or I didn't buy it the first time, I borrowed my roommate's, but I bought it. And honestly, Arkham Origins is not that bad. It's got a lot of good elements, a lot of bad ones, but after playing Arkham Knight and realizing that, I think, is it Rocksteady that created the Arkham trilogy, but they're not perfect, and Arkham Knight showed that. At least the DLC for Arkham Origins was worth the money, at least from what I've played. Like, the DLC for Arkham Knight has sucked. If I would have only paid $20 for it, fine, but $40, I'm still very pissed off about that, and I should not have bought the DLC. I wish I could get my money back. But the game itself is really good. It's just got its problems, but I've beaten the whole thing except for the Riddler stuff. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and replay the game again someday, and maybe do Joe Everygamer on Twitch and play Arkham Knight and just beat everything. I mean, that'll take a while, but I do like the game, and I want to replay it again. But for now, we're trying to beat Batman on NES. And again, I'm doing pretty well, but I did play this yesterday, and I beat it yesterday, so that's kind of cheating in a way. Oh, you dick. Dick! Just die. This is such a good game. But my point, anyway, earlier, I forgot why I brought up all the Batman games. My favorite one, if anyone cares, is Arkham City, without a doubt. Not just the best Batman game ever made, but one of the best video games ever made. Very revolutionary. Just so good. I'm sure there are issues with it, but I can't really think of any. You know, no game is perfect, but Arkham City is pretty damn close. And since I'm playing Batman, I'll just keep talking about Batman stuff for anyone that cares. I just talked about the video games. I'm trying to think of other video games, but I honestly can't think of any. I know there are a lot of other ones, but I just haven't played them, and a lot of them are crap. I know yesterday, I think I talked about the movies. I just got, a couple weeks ago, Batman the movie, the original, on Blu-ray. It was real cheap. I got it for like $5. But the one with Burt Ward and Adam West, the original Batman and Robin. I haven't watched it yet. I want to so bad. I've heard, I mean, I know the original series, it's not really Batman, it's more of a comedy, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Like, I'm looking forward to it, but I never watched much of the original series, so I don't know much about it. I've seen clips, and I've seen some episodes. I wish it would be on Netflix. I would love to watch it. Is the boss? Yep. Yeah, I saw that coming. There we go. Sorry, I'm concentrating. What was I saying? But I can't wait to watch that movie. I'd love to watch the original series, but I'm not a fan to where I'd buy it. But I love everything Batman, so, which, I'll go ahead and, where is it? My phone case. Let's see, get that on camera. I don't think I've shown that before, but I got this from China for like $5 for my iPhone. It's not going to protect my phone much, but, I mean, that's awesome. I just saw this poster at a video game store that I would have loved to have gotten, but I've put way too many posters in the apartment anyway. So. Woohoo! And this one I just gotta go up and punch. Ah, damn it. Okay, not too hard. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? Thanks for asking, Jack. Shit. I hate these things so much. I hate them, I hate them, I hate them. But yeah, for the other movies, I do love Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. I went back about a month ago, and I rewatched all three. I always had an issue with Batman Begins. I love, I love, like, the majority of it. Not really the, like, once he becomes Batman, the movie just gets very boring for some reason. Like, I don't really know why. But the rest of the movie, like, I always have an issue getting through it. It makes me want to go to sleep. So I love the movie. Dark Knight is still where the party's at. It's still, for right now, probably for me the best Batman movie ever made. It's got its flaws. The ending doesn't make a lot of sense, but I remember neighbors. Probably my neighbors are probably wondering why I'm talking to myself. But, damn it. I hate those monkey things, whatever they're called. But, I remember with Dark Knight, I mean, it's to me the best Batman movie. The best Batman movie made. It just, in my opinion, it's my favorite. I think it's the best one made. It is kind of more of like a crime drama than maybe Batman, but that's okay. It worked. The ending doesn't really make a lot of sense. I mean, and the thing is, too, without Heath Ledger as the Joker, it wouldn't have been nearly as good. He created the best Joker in terms of the movie. I still think the best Joker is Mark Hamill from the animated series, but I'll talk about that in a minute, because I'm going to talk about everything Batman that I know about. Like, the least interesting person really in Dark Knight was Batman, or Christian Bale, which is funny how that happens. The villains are... Oh, shit. Thinking about Batman too much. I mean, he did a good job, but I don't think he was... Sorry, I just had to get past it. I can. That was my phone. For anyone wondering, it's a Godfather ringtone. It says, "You can act like a man." I actually bought that on iTunes. I couldn't believe they had a ringtone like that already made. It made me so happy, because I'm a huge Godfather fan of parts 1 and 2. Not 3, but we'll get to that later. There is a Godfather game. I'm sure I'll stream that eventually, so we'll get to that then. But, yeah, I was excited. Like, I saw Dark Knight in theaters 3 times, which I know isn't as much as a lot of other people, but I was obsessed with that movie, and I still love the movie. It's one of the many movie posters I have in my house, because it's still one of my favorite movies. But the ending, I'll try not to ruin it, in case for some reason no one's seen it, or certain people haven't seen it, which I'm sure is still possible, but, like, Batman takes the blame for some deaths, and it really didn't make a lot of sense, but it made me excited that in the next movie, Batman would be what he kind of already was, like a vigilante. A vigilante, and the police having to chase him, but nope. And you get to Dark Knight Rises, which I wish they would have picked a different name for it. He had just retired after that for 8 years, and apparently there was no crime for 8 years. It's so dumb. I don't know why that was chosen, because his injuries, like him being so beat up, would have made sense if he was still Batman for 8 years. And they could have even made a story of, you know, shown like him getting injured with his knee and like having to disappear for a year or something else happened that made him disappear for it didn't make any sense. And Dark Knight Rises, when I saw it in the theater, like, I thought it was the best one, just because when you see a movie on that scale in the theater, it makes it a lot better. But then when you watch it at home, and you have time to pay attention to the story more, you realize it's an extremely flawed movie, and is the worst of the trilogy, without a doubt. It's definitely the worst. But it's honestly like it's just a popcorn movie. And I'll forgive it because it's not a horrible movie. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. And for a Batman movie, that's a big sin. But the trilogy is still good. Tim Burton's Batman is still my second favorite Batman movie. And I still love Batman Returns, even though it's weird and just weird. But I don't like Batman Forever anymore. I mean, I did when I was a kid. Oh, God. Yep, I'm remembering this level from yesterday. Just go ahead and kill me. I had a lot of issues yesterday on this level. I hate it so much. Okay, just making sure the feed was still okay. And of course, I have to pee all of a sudden, because I had a McDonald's Coke this morning, and I'm drinking water. It's a double whammy. But anyway, I made this point yesterday in a video you will never see because I can't air it, that's why I'm redoing it. But I still don't think there's been that really great Batman movie. Like, Dark Knight is a great Batman movie. Tim Burton's first Batman movie is. I don't know, it's just I haven't seen Batman the way I want to see Batman. Maybe that'll change in Batman v Superman, which I just saw a really cool fan theory that I know is not true. Damn it. But it would be really cool that Ben Affleck actually is not Bruce Wayne and is not Batman. Batman is still Christian Bale when he comes back. And Ben Affleck is actually Deathstroke, because I guess there was a thing in the comics where Deathstroke did be Batman for a little while. I mean, I have no idea. I'm just now getting into Batman comics, and I have read very little. If that's the case, that would be amazing. That would be phenomenal. But of course, you know that they're not going to go with that. But a lot of people have theories that because it's Batman v Superman, it's like 5 because it's technically Nolan's 5th movie, the 3 Dark Knight movies, and then Man of Steel. So it's a great fan theory, and honestly, I'm all for it because it's clever. But you know they're not going to do that. And even though, I mean, I love Christian Bale. I'm a fan of his. He played Bruce Wayne well. He played Batman okay. They made some odd choices, like with the voice. But to me, he should still be Batman. He's the Batman of this generation. And if they're going to continue these movies, I think he should still be Batman, especially since he's, spoiler alert, but he's still alive at the end of Dark Knight Rises, and it'd be great to see, like, Joseph Gordon-Levitt back, to see what happened to him. And there is a rumor, like, in Suicide Squad that, sorry, I'm trying to concentrate, that Jared Leto is not Joker, that he's actually Robin, because that's a thing in the comics that happens with Robin, and they even touched on that in Arkham Knight, the video game. So these are wonderful fan theories, but the problem is, usually what the fans think up is always better than what the filmmakers come up with. I mean, not always, but most of the time. So, I'm not a big Superman fan. I honestly think as a superhero, he's overrated. But Batman v Superman does look good. And if Ben Affleck is the new Batman, I think it's a great choice. I like Ben Affleck. I mean, he's a better writer-director than he is an actor, but he's really improved on his acting a lot. He was great in Argo, which he should have won for Best Director as well as Best Picture, but whatever. Oh, I'm so close to dying. I'm so close to the end of the level. Oh, God. Oh, no, but it's the boss. Is that my last guy? Okay. Sorry, but I have to pee. And since these aren't edited or anything, you'll have to wait. Sorry. Sorry for the delay for the 5 people that'll watch this, maybe. Alright, computer, stop doing that. Okay, good to go. But, yeah, I mean, those fan theories are really good and makes me want to see... I want to see Suicide Squad, I want to see Batman v Superman, even though I didn't want to at first. But honestly, yeah, I'm excited to see, just to see if that fan theory is correct, because that's a really, really good... really good theory. But anyway, anyone who knows me usually asks, like, okay, well, what's your favorite version of Batman? Like, what do you feel has been the most faithful to the Batman spirit? Honestly, my favorite still, after watching it, is Batman the Animated Series, which I loved growing up, but as an adult, it's even better. Like, it's the best kids show, I think, ever. Well, for me, I'd say that and Animaniacs. It's tied for me. Which, Animaniacs I'd really love to get on DVD, but they're expensive as shit. But I'll start collecting them when I'm making a little more money. But Batman, it's like, I don't even consider it a kid's show because it's so dark and so well written, and it's, of course, got kid's show elements, because it is a kid's show, but as a 29-year-old man, maybe that doesn't speak well of me, but I can still watch it. you know? And I think it's the most faithful adaptation of Batman, in my opinion. It's so dark, and the characters are well written. Does I have to get to the boss? Yeah. Okay, good. And after rewatching, I haven't rewatched the whole series. Oh, okay, yeah. Forgot I didn't have full life. I know I wasn't dodging, but you really don't have to. Just keep hitting him with that. And for some reason, Joker looks completely different now. It's weird. He goes from looking like the Jack Nicholson Joker to the Joker from the 60s. Very odd. But, sorry. My nose is running. I peed so hard it made my nose run. But, music, yeah. I love Batman the Animated Series. I have the complete collection. But on that note, Batman the Animated Series and also Mask of the Phantasm. I didn't mention the animated movies. Mask of the Phantasm is amazing. Under the Red Hood is also really good. The Dark Knight Returns, which is the animated movie version of the Dark comic. And I have the Dark comic, I've never read it. I collected a shitload of comics, Batman comics over the summer, which, it's kind of a sad story, but I went through a breakup, and I was going through a rough time, and I just... damn it. When I get upset, I've learned that I buy shit, like, to make myself feel better, and it's not a good thing, you know, I shouldn't, but I spent a lot of money on comics of Batman, because I wanted to get into comics of Batman, and spent probably like $150, actually maybe even like $200 on Batman comics, and too many, because, damn it. Screwed that up. What's up, Jack? But, oh, thank you. You know, and even a friend of mine, the one I'm reading now, I can't remember what it's called, it's a newer one, but I'm reading that one, but I'm taking my time with it, because I'm such a shitty reader. Such bad ADHD. But, I have a lot of those I've been getting into, but anyway, I've never read The Dark Knight Returns, but I have the movie, and it's a really, really great movie. A lot of fun. Very, very well done. Well voice acted. Batman's voice is a little weird to me, but I think it's just because I'm so obsessed with Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill as the Joker. I'm so attached to the animated series, especially after playing the new games, because those are very much more like the animated series. Let's see. Can I get up there? No, get the heart, thank you. But, let's see. But anyway, I made a point yesterday, when I first recorded this video, about how the animated series actually did not get a finale, which it didn't. Instead, we got Batman Beyond, which a lot of Batman fans have their issues with. Is it as good as the animated series? No, of course not. But I still think it's a great show. The first season is excellent from beginning to end. The second season was too long, and there's so much filler and a lot of high school crap, which I know it is high school because Terry's the guy who takes over as Batman, but it's great they got Kevin Conroy to come back as Bruce. I mean, they kind of had to, otherwise it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have connected to the animated series, but I really, really liked it a lot. But Batman Beyond didn't get a finale. The third season came, third season was great, and it went away. And they did give it a finale in a way on the Justice League cartoon, which I didn't know about. I found out just by researching on the internet, and I watched it, and I don't really like it. It's interesting. It's an interesting alternative theory, but it seemed more like fan fiction than... And I didn't really like it. But Return of the Joker, another really great Batman animated movie. I think it's underrated, honestly. But after watching it, many times, and watching a lot of the animated series and watching all of Batman Beyond, it occurred to me that Return of the Joker really is a great finale for the animated series, and also, sorry, got a text. It's a really great ending for the animated series and also for Batman Beyond, and I'll explain why when I probably die here in a second. Yeah, but because think about it, Return of the Joker is about Mark Hamill. You know, he comes back as the Joker. Batman, of course, his biggest rival, and someone that Terry has never really had to deal with someone like that. He's dealt with the Joker gang, but I mean that's not the same, obviously. And he's had a lot of really strong villains, you know, an arch nemesis in a way, but no one like Mark Hamill's Joker. So he comes back, but also, I mean, Barbara Gordon, because she's a new commissioner, I like that she took over her father's position when she got older. And her and Bruce's relationship is strange. She doesn't like what he's doing with Terry as the new Batman. Damn it. But then in this one, I can't remember. It's not Jason. It's not Dick Grayson. They mentioned Dick as he was Nightwing, and I think he lives like a normal life now. Maybe it was Jason Todd. I think it had to have been because he was taken by the Joker and screwed with. But it was very dark. Like, a lot of really, really dark elements in Return of the Joker. Which is great. Especially for a kid's show. You don't have to protect kids all the time. They can handle a little dark, you know. Screw it. Good. Anyway, that was frustrating as hell. But, I know I say but a lot, but it helps me concentrate, so it's hard to talk and play a game at the same time, even when you've already beaten. But, anyway, Terry has to go against the Joker, you know, Batman's biggest arch nemesis. We get a cool backstory of what happened between Batgirl, Batman, and Robin, why Bruce really is the way he is in some respects. You know, some questions are answered, you know, like what happened at the animated series, because in the 4th season they changed it to the Adventures of Batman and Robin, and Batgirl was there, and the new Robin, Jason Todd, was there. As far as I know, it had to have been Jason Todd. Yeah, because it was the kid Robin. So they answer that question, what happened after the animated series ended? Well, this happened, and everything just went to shit because of the Joker, and Joker seemingly was dead. Check on what's ahead. Oh, damn it. My life is... I'm not gonna make it. Die, you little toy car. Oh, I hate those things. The monkey guys I hate first, and then those stupid tank things I hate. Alright, that worked. I didn't jump in time. But anyway, Terry has to go up against Joker, and again, spoilers, but it's an old movie, so sorry. But he has to defeat the new Joker. And while this is happening, it helps Bruce deal with his past with Barbara and Jason. Terry beats Batman's biggest rival, you know, actually defeated him on his own. So he basically does finally show, like, he is Batman. He really is the new Batman. What better ending could you have? And it ends on a triumphant note. Like, what more can you ask for? So to me, Return of the Joker is the proper ending for both the animated series and Batman Beyond. And I'm sure a lot of other people feel the same way. but I really haven't heard it, so that's my take on it. But in terms of Batman the Animated Series, that's my favorite. I love Batman Beyond. I think it's a great continuation for the series, and it ending with Return of the Joker was great. You know, just really good stuff. So that, in terms of those three, that's my favorite representation of Batman. So, and then eventually I'll try to get through the comics. I have, the only one I've really completely finished is The Killing Joke, which is very dark, and it shows Joker crippling Barbara Gordon. Just really, really dark stuff, but it's one of the more famous. I know I'm being a little bitch, but I can't help it. I don't want to die. Give me hearts, please. I need them. I think this... Really? Why are they suddenly so damn invincible? Ugh. This is not gonna go well. I don't have any more. Do this the Batman way and beat the shit out of it. Oh, come on. Whoa! Yes! Such a weird boss. And I think I am now on the final stage. It really doesn't take long to get to the final stage. Just to get to the final stage, master the final stage, and beat the first boss and then Joker. That's really where the game... Yep, final stage. That's really where the game... Honestly, you think about it, it's kind of a short... It's a really short game, but it is NES. But I heard so many years how this game is just hard as shit, and it's very challenging. But to me, what... damn it. What makes it really difficult is just Joker as the boss. He's a major pain in the ass, which, go figure, he's Joker. You know, that makes sense. Alright, they're being really great about the hearts. Hearts actually mean health in this game, unlike Castlevania. Never understood that. Save my weapons for the first boss. Thank God I played this stage so much yesterday because... Oh, and I forgot to mention, if anyone watched my live stream, the last game I beat was Donkey Kong Country 2. And I said the next game I was going to stream was going to be a GameCube game. I wanted to do this first, just to kind of reintroduce Old School Corner, since I won't be doing live streams anymore. That's a really hard jump. I forgot. Anyway, but I will be doing that next after this. I'll be playing a GameCube game that was originally on the PS1. So, I started playing it a week ago. I am going to start it from the beginning. So, like, some games when I play them in Old School Corner, I may not play them, and even on Twitch, it may not be from the very beginning, it just may be from where I left off, because they're games I'm close to beating. Like, I'm still at the very end of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and it bothers me that I've never beaten it. I still have my save from all those years ago, so if I ever do that on this show, it won't be from, you know... Ah, damn it. 1 for 2 aim isn't bad. The idea here is to make it without losing a life to the end of the level. I should do that, but I don't want to get too cocky yet. So you'll have 2 chances for the bosses. Oh, damn it. The good thing is this game is really forgiving. A lot more forgiving than I thought it would be, considering it's such a hard game. And it really doesn't get hard until the very end with the bosses. Honestly, I hate this guy even more than the Joker. Yes! Yes, yes, yes! Okay. And he doesn't come back. He does not come back. But am I going to be the Joker the first time? Hell no. Not going to happen. So you got to get that. Perfect. I just died. There's no way. That's okay, though. Got through that boss, so... Sorry, my head's itchy. I'm not used to wearing hats. Even though in terms of filmmaking, I wear many hats. It's the only time in the game the screen slows down, and sometimes there are 2 cars here, and sometimes there are 1. Not really sure why. Thank you for the heart. Ah! Dick. But, yeah, it's probably going to take me quite a few times. And many attempts to beat the Joker again. I almost gave up yesterday, but I didn't. And all of a sudden, I just kind of stopped thinking about it. And the moment you stop thinking about it, that's when you finally beat a boss or a level in a video game that you can't beat. So I'm just going to try to stay calm and see what happens. If I don't beat him, I don't beat him. Sorry, these parts you really gotta concentrate on. Ah! 1 for 1 so far. And honestly, right here, I just take the damage, because you're gonna lose a lot more damage just trying to, you know, not get hurt. It's just not worth it. Gotta be patient and do not rush it. One for 2 still isn't bad. Those jumps are pretty difficult. That jump is also difficult. Nope, not yet. Alright, I got 2 lives. I'm just gonna go ahead and let him kill me here, because... Alright, 2 attempts. See, the thing is, you gotta get him to where he... Oh, just stand still. Bitch. Oh, damn it. You just gotta get him in the right rhythm. Ah, damn it. You get hit once with that bullet, you are fucked. Man. I can never use the weapons. The weapons just, they don't make sense to use, but you just have to get him in the right rhythm. It's weird. You just have to get him when he's... Maybe you just have to wear him down. There are 2 cars this time. Fantastic. Which, since I don't do the Twitch thing really ever, and I should, but it's just more fun to play old games and do this and talk about them than new games. But like I said, if I ever get an audience for it, I would definitely do it, and I'd have fun doing it. I can't believe I just screwed up so bad on that. But I did just finish up a game by Square Enix, formerly Squaresoft back in the day, back in the heyday, called Life is Strange. And it's one of those episodic ones, like the Walking Dead games. Like, they're really, really becoming popular. And I love them because my main thing is story. So I love those kind of games. Like, in terms of gameplay, maybe it's not the best. Like, the first Walking Dead game is phenomenal. And the gameplay can be fun, but it is kind of like QTE stuff a lot of the time. But the story in Life is Strange is very unique, very different. I'm sure people have an issue with the ending. I do too. Like, the ending I got, you kind of have a choice. 2 for 2. Oh, I got too cocky. See what happens when you get too cocky? Or penisy. But I really enjoyed the game. It was different. It's nice to have a female protagonist in a video game. That still doesn't happen that much, which is stupid. I know there are some men out there that I know, like, I can't watch a movie with a female lead and all this other stupid crap. And I just don't get it. I'm like, okay. Oh, go back. Oh, man, I don't know how he didn't hit me with that one. Fucking lightning. He hits you once with those bullets, man. Oh, man, I was probably so close. Oh, man, so close. What's funny, yesterday, I wish I could have saved that video because... Or, I'm sorry, used that video. I could have saved it. Because when I beat Joker, I had 1 bar of life left. I mean, it was perfect. And it just sucks that I couldn't have used that video, but that's alright. The gaming gods just were not for it yesterday. And I know, here's the thing, like, I know that there are easier ways to do this, like if I actually took my time and did it, but to me, on the Joker boss, and I'm no expert, obviously, I'm Joe Everygamer, I'm just like, you know, just like you, I'm not an expert at games at all. Well, maybe some of you are, I don't know, but I definitely am not. I enjoy playing them, it's a hobby, you know? But... to to me, like, the moment you slow down on the Joker, you're gonna get killed even quicker. So, at least that's how it is for me. I'm sure most really great gamers can go and beat him in, you know, the very first try, just because they actually know what to do. But maybe I just like replaying the same stages over and over again. Still haven't hit that yet. Don't care how much life I lose, as long as I still have 2 chances on the Joker. Ah, 2 for 2, bitch. Really? Whatever. Ah, fuck. I knew I was gonna do that. I knew it. And this is when, every single time, if I don't have enough life, I don't make this jump. The one, not this one. Oh my god, even though I'm not making it. This one. See? Every time. Every time. Because you think about it. Sucks I won't have 2 chances, but it's alright, we'll make the most of it. Are you serious? Try not to take this too seriously, because then I'll start getting pissed. I got really pissed off yesterday. Trying to avoid that. Trying to make today a good day. I don't think I've missed that one yet. I've mastered that jump. Great if I could actually get up here with full health. Now that I said that, though. Wow. Whatever. Yeah, I know. Damn lightning. See, this is when the game takes forever. Just trying to beat it. Just beat it, beat it, beat it. If I want to sing that, I'll probably get a copyright claim. I still love that just by singing a song a cappella, you can still get a copyright claim on a video. Or on a TV show or movie. It's so funny. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but I don't know. very odd. Use the original version? Sure, of course. I mean, if you sing the whole song, yeah, I kind of get it, but, you know, just to sing a little bit, it's... Really? Like, hell, Happy Birthday was copyrighted till recently. What judge made that ruling? Since I am Joe Everygamer, I will say that tonight I'm very excited because WWE 2K16 comes out. I wasn't going to get it, but you know what? It seems like they improved on a lot of the problems from last year's game, because last year's game was, minus it looking beautiful, and it played okay, it sucked. It was awful. Worst my career mode I've ever seen in my life. This year, I'm sure it's not going to be as good I'd like to think it is, but we'll find out. Really? A third one? You prick. Ah! I thought I got him for a second. Yes! Got him! That's weird. I know you murdered my parents. Now you will dance with the devil in the pale moonlight. Pow! Batman kills the Joker. It's the only thing about this game I don't like. It's like, I don't think they really understood Batman. And even in the movie, Batman, Michael Keaton, one of my favorite actors, go see Birdman if you haven't seen it, and the original Batman. But he didn't kill Joker. He just, he didn't mean to exactly. I don't know. It's weird, but fantastic. That didn't take me very long at all. This is a really short game. But, yeah. I beat Batman! Yay! I'm Batman! Anyway, this was Old School Corner with Joe Everygamer. I just beat the shit out of Batman and beat the Joker. And this time, all the audio and stuff should be working. Again, for future reference, Old School Corners will not be live streams anymore because I just don't have the proper equipment for it. It'll just be this. So I'm sorry about that. It's nice to have people watching me live. Even if it's only 1 or 2 people, it's still fun. But I will be doing it on Joe Everygamer on Twitch if I get enough people liking this stuff. My main focus is the Too Many Movies and, of course, the Wrestling Fan, which I need to stop doing this so I can go finish writing all the episodes so I can start shooting them soon. So anyway, stay tuned for that in November. Batman! I'm Joe Everygamer. See you soon.